is the deal? We already got 4 in and 1 like. Who is that, man? Y'all already announcing yourself. YouTube Boxing 6007. What's good? Dimitri, what's good? Symbolic, what's good? Good to see y'all. Let me bag up, man. Let me bag up just so y'all can see my ugly dome. Did y'all see the thumbnail, huh? Yeah, I'm talking about Jakey Poo. I know a lot of y'all don't like it when I call him Jakey Poo. 9 in, 3 likes. That's what's up. What's good? If there's 10 in, announce yourself. Who on here? Sprite Zero. Don't get it twisted. Is doing no damage to the actual boxing world, in my opinion. I got you, my man. 6007. Jacob, what's the deal, homeboy? What's the deal? DJ Streams, what? Alex, what's up? Eddie, what's up? No, it's these clowns not wanting to fight. Eddie, I understand completely, man. That's what's up. We're gonna go in depth in this today, man. 15 in, 5 likes. Back knuckle, all right, not this. Back knuckle, the like button. 17 in. I want to go in depth, man. But before I do that, um, I want to address somebody, man. I want to address somebody who commented on one of my videos. Uh, for some reason, sometimes I think people do not pay attention. I don't know if they don't pay attention purposely or they're just trying to start something, trying to ruffle my feathers. Um, First of all, you're not going to get to me. What you say is not really gonna want. It's not going to get to me because I don't know who you are. You could be a kid for all that I know. Because people don't like to show their face. You know what I'm saying? In the words of my big homie, Castle King size, show me your face. If you're gonna talk trash, show me your face. I mean, I'm up here putting myself out, just giving my opinion, and then people make comments that don't even make sense, that ain't even true. So it's this guy named Akbar Walton. I believe I'm pronouncing your name right. I don't know. He made a statement on one of my videos about Paige getting paid 40,000 in the UFC versus 400,000 in the bare knuckle fighting championship. And we were talking about Jake Paul a little bit. Take Jake Paul way too seriously. And because of that, he can't take me seriously. He says, my name, Real Talk Boxing, doesn't fit the profile. He says, if I think that Jake Paul can beat a bona fide boxer whose every dollar and cent he's ever earned is from boxing, then he can't take me seriously and he should unsubscribe from my channel. Um, Akbar, let me tell you something. Whoever you are, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. But when have I ever said in any of my, I got a lot of videos posted, man. A lot of them. When have I said in any of my videos that Jake Paul could beat a bona fide professional boxer? When? When did I ever say that? Is that because I never have? Is that something that you just assume? Oh, you just trying to start crap. I'm not even gonna put no energy into that. I just want to see your face. Sure, boy. And that's all the energy I'm gonna give you. And trust me, you won't be the first person who's ever unsubscribed from my channel. So feel free, homeboy. Feel free. I'm not tripping over that. Anyway, let's get back to the task at hand. Do I think Jake Paul is a contribute? Hold on. It's a contribution to the downfall of boxing. I guess you could say that in some sense, but then again, why would you say that? I watched a video. It was sent to me by my homeboy, Lil TB Scooby. Thank you, brother, on my Instagram. Again, for the info. I Am Athlete. Jake Paul did a podcast with those guys. I guess they're professional football players. I didn't know any of them, neither one of them. There was two of the guys with the long dread, Jake. But there was one that was in the hat, I don't know these guys' name, who was showing Jake respect and was being honest with Jake, but still showing Jake respect. You could tell that he wasn't the hater. You could tell that he didn't have a problem with Jake being successful and maybe having more money than professional football players or whatever professional athletes they were or are. I believe one of them was Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall was somewhat hating, but anyway, he had asked Jake Paul, "Do you think you're helping boxing or hurting boxing?" Check this out.
Wants to knock me out, specifically me. Like, people want to see me get knocked out, and so I take that into consideration every single day.
So let me ask you this question, because now the show getting started. Like, I think the YouTube conversation is interesting, and we can talk about that the entire show for an hour. I gotta dive right into it. Are you hurting boxing or helping boxing? Because there's a lot of people pissed off at you.
100%.
Right?
Like boxers.
Yeah, I mean, you look at your last fight, Nate Robinson. It's out there reported that, you guys did 1.9 million pay-per-views. Tyson, he says that you probably brought in 50% of that.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson said that he was probably responsible, Jake Paul that is, for half of that 1.9 million pay-per-view buys. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that? I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my opinion, and then we're going to talk about it. Do I think Jake Paul is a contribution to the downfall of professional boxing? No. Do I think he helps professional boxing? Somewhat. And here's why I say that. This guy has millions of followers. Millions. Who aren't really boxing fans. But because he's boxing, he's going to bring them over with him. Now, whether or not his fans stay once he's done boxing is the question. Maybe not. Half of them, maybe. Not even half. Either way it goes, some of these fans of Jake Paul is going to stay fans of boxing. And he's the cause of that. So if you're bringing more fans to boxing, to a sport that's really, really, to me, disgusting right now, and if you're going to bring revenue, then you're not hurting the sport. What he's doing is pissing off a lot of professional boxers. Should they be mad? I don't know, man. I mean, like, why? Like, I get why you're mad. We've gone through this. We've gone through it. I'll explain why I understand why the professional boxers are mad. I get it. But when you're on a certain platform and he chose to use that platform to mix it in with boxing, why hate on him because of that? Why? So I definitely don't think he's hurting the sport. He's just pissing a lot of people off. A lot. And particularly fighters. And obviously professional athletes. Because there's one guy on this podcast who says, he flat out told Jake, I don't respect what you do. I play professional football. I earn my money. But what is your expertise? What is your specialty? What do you do? And Jake was like, look, man, you're not a YouTuber. You don't understand. He said there was a time where 800 days straight, I posted a video every single day for 800 days. And that's a lot. I get it. And I'm a small YouTuber, y'all. Do you know what it takes to continuously be interesting? To continuously be bashed? Like Akbar coming at me with something I never said. These keyboard warriors. To continue to stay relevant is very, very hard. And for this man to have millions of subscribers, and I'm talking about keeping them and steadily gaining them. That's crazy. That's an achievement in itself. So I know a little bit about what Jake's talking about. But then again, I can understand what the NFL player is saying. But I think he's being a little bit disrespectful to Jake, saying, I don't respect what you do. Now, in my opinion, tell the NFL player to start him a YouTube channel and see if he can get to my level in the time that I got there. Guarantee you he couldn't, because it takes a special person successful YouTuber. I'm talking about with millions of subscribers. I mean, 500,000 subscribers. That's an achievement in itself. 100,000 is an achievement in itself. 50, let alone millions. So, but Jake handled it with grace. He got it. You know, he was like, okay, that's your opinion, but hey, man, I'm gonna still do me. And then they asked him about certain fights, certain fighters. They asked him about the disrespect that he's shown fighters, you know, like Conor McGregor's wife. Now, to me, that's too far. I'm not going to be talking about another man's wife. Your wife and our business ain't got nothing to do with each other. My business is with you, man, in the ring, in the fight. Whether your wife is attractive to me or not, that's irrelevant. So why talk about the man's wife? To me, that's crossing the line, but that's what Jake does. Now, does he mean it? Or is he just trying to get views? I honestly think he's just trying to get views. But that lets me know that Jake will do anything to get views. And I don't respect that about Jake. I ain't saying Jake's perfect. But I can tell you this, he takes boxing seriously. Why do you think YouTubers can't beat him? Why do you think professional athletes can't beat him? Because it really doesn't matter what Jake does, it's never going to be good enough. It's not, because it's not good enough yet. Now, because of Jake Paul and who he is and the platform he's on, it's going to be orchestrated in a way to where he's not in much danger. But that is about to end real fast. First of all, they were saying, oh, you're beating YouTubers, even though he's a YouTuber. Is it his fault that he took the trainer seriously and that he got bit by the boxing bug and that he actually has some sort of talent? Is it his fault? No, it's not. They didn't train like him. They're not as physically gifted as him. It's not his fault. So we got in there and he smashed him. Well, fight a professional athlete. He fights a former professional basketball player, and Nate Robinson. I knew Nate was going to get smashed, but he was a professional athlete. That's what y'all asked for. And what did he do? He smashed him. Even though Nate cannot box, I knew he couldn't box from the jump, but he did what y'all asked, and that's still not good enough. Now I won't fight a real fighter. So what did Jake do? He went and got someone who's not fighting anymore, who's not known for stand-up and striking, but has a great chin. Still, it plays better in his court. The advantage is with Jake, but he's still doing what some people are asking. And when he knocks Askren out, which is going to happen, he's going to slowly and gradually have to step up. Now, I was the one that said if he fights, see, the fight with Conor McGregor is not going to happen. It's not. He lost to Poirier. That fight is not going to happen. Even though he still wants to fight, I don't think Conor McGregor is going to want to humiliate himself any more than he already has. I wouldn't say humiliate himself. He's just not hungry no more. Conor McGregor has a lot of money, y'all. It started with the Floyd fight. He invested in his whiskey. You know that guy's making tons of money off that whiskey. He's comfortable now. The hunger's gone. Conor McGregor will never be the same as a combative warrior. Never. I don't care what anyone says. He will never be the same. And he's not going to get in the ring with Jake Paul, who I now believe will beat Conor McGregor because the hunger is not there. It's not. Now, the whole Floyd fight, we all know how that's going to play out. That's going to be orchestrated. I really wish they would. Do I think he has any chance of beating Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Regardless if he's 210 pounds and Floyd's 150? No, whatsoever. At all. I don't think that he has any chance of beating Floyd Mayweather. But if any YouTuber has a chance of being somewhat competitive against Mayweather, maybe hitting Mayweather 3, 4, 5 times out of the 8 rounds, 10 rounds that they would probably fight, it would be Jake. But Jake's not beating Floyd. But I do now think that he can beat Conor McGregor. I would bet on Jake in that fight now because Conor's not hungry anymore, y'all. He's not hungry whatsoever. So you got these guys on here, that 2 of them at least, that were just bashing him. And one of them, Brandon Marshall, he says he's been boxing since he was 6 years old. And he actually said that he wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. Now, all the bashing he was doing on Jake Paul, and about, come on, man, Nate wasn't, and all these other dudes, you ain't fighting nobody. When Jake said Deontay Wilder will knock you out in 30 seconds, he got hot about it. So you can dish it out, but you can't take it. So you told Jake what you told Jake, and Jake took it to the chin like, okay, it's whatever. You know, you entitled to your opinion. But when Jake says that you'll get knocked out by Deontay Wilder, you get hot about it. That lets you know a lot about someone's character. When they can bash somebody, but when somebody says something that doesn't fit their criteria, they get upset. It says a lot about your character. Either way it go. And they did ruffle Jake's feathers a little bit. Just a little bit. Especially when the other guy said that I don't respect what you do. And he was like, hey, man, influencers, they don't give a crap about professional football players. And then the football player was like, well, they should. They should. And he was like, well, you can say that. I can say the same thing to you. You should. I'm making money. You making money. What's the problem? Some people are born haters, man. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. But at the end of the day, this interview, this podcast was lit, y'all. It's I Am Athlete. Y'all need to check that out. You most definitely need to check that out. But to answer my own question, do I think Jake Paul is a contribution to the downfall? No, I don't. I really don't. If anything, I think he brings a little bit to the table. I really do. He brings fans and he brings money. And he brings drama. But you can't be talking about men's wives, man. That's not, how can you cross a line? You got to chill out with that, man. You know, I understand you're young, but at some point in time, you got to leave certain things out of there, man. I mean, you can get views by not hitting a dude below the belt, calling some wife ugly. He was even saying Ben Askren's wife was thick. I'm talking about THICC thick. And you never know, after I knock Ben out, then, you know what I'm saying? That's not cool. That's disrespectful, man. It really, really is. Jake Paul or not, you don't need to be doing that, man. But do I take Jake Paul too seriously? I don't think I do. I will watch his fights because I want to see his improvement. And I also want to see if somebody can clean his clock. But either way it goes, I'm still going to watch his fight. I don't have a problem with Jake. I don't respect and agree with a lot of things that he says and does. I've stated this before. But he's exciting to watch. And it is what it is. Whether you like him or hate him, he has millions and millions of followers and subscribers. People are going to watch him. People think he's interesting. So it is what it is. I'm going to go to the comments, man. I'm going to be late. Dragging in late. Let's see here. Did you watch Jake's interview? He got the podcast. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, Isaac. I think that's what you're talking about. The sport is doing bad by itself. You are right. EDZ, you're right, man. Have you ever gotten COVID? No, I mean, honestly, let me tell you something, man. Alex, I think I had COVID. I really do. At the beginning of it, right before it was announced, I was like sick, man. When I would go to sleep, I was wheezing. I never wheezed, man. I had like bad diarrhea, man, sweating, body aches, and my breathing was bad. So, I mean, a lot of people might have had COVID, but it hits people differently, man. Sometimes it hits people hard, depending on your age and what type of, what your health is. You know, if you're in bad health, high blood pressure, diabetes, all that, I mean, it can hit you bad. No, he isn't. I think he has talent. He trained with Shane Mosley after all. He does have talent, man, and he's improving. He's very much so improving. Do you think Jake Paul versus Ben Askren will sell more than Tyson versus Jones? I do. And that's my thing. Now, is that going to piss some people off? Most definitely is going to piss some people off. But it is what it is. People want to see Jake Paul fight. And that fight's not going outside of 2 rounds. Maybe one. Anyone can be a pro boxer. It takes nothing to get a license. You're right. I've seen guys get pro license and literally suck. Like, I'm serious, man. I've seen people get a pro license just to fill in for somebody who pulled out. I'm talking about you can get somebody off the street and get a pro license. You're right, but still, hey, the dude's improving. Jake Paul not destroying boxing. It's the fighters that's scared to fight each other. Heavy pressure. Thank you, brother. Y'all all know how I feel about boxing right now. That's why y'all ain't seeing much from me, y'all. I mean, it's like I don't really even want to talk about it because, look, man. Boxing. Let me get a drink for this Sprite Zero. Know what's wrong with boxing? Same thing what's wrong with Conor McGregor. He's sleeping on these silk sheets now. The hunger's gone. It's the money. It's what these fighters are getting paid. It's the fact that belts don't mean crap anymore. It's the fact that they're worried about revenue and not their legacy. I get we all got to eat. And you want to make as much money as possible. But belts mean nothing no more. Being a champion means nothing anymore. It's marketable. If you're marketable and you look good, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to be a great fighter. But it has nothing to do with legacy. It has nothing to do with professional fighters wanting to know who the best is. These fighters nowadays are cut from a different cloth. There's not many of them. There are some that are willing to fight anybody and is not afraid to put their O up against it. David Benavidez is one of them. I don't want to hear it. David Benavidez is one of them, and that's why I like that dude. He's willing to fight whoever. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. And he's not even a spectacular and most elite fighter out there, super middleweight. But the dude got heart, and you better bring a lunch if you think you're going to whoop him. Hey, man, I miss watching your lives, man. I was crying, waiting for you to go live. On God. Isaac, it's all good, man. I'm here now, man, and I'm glad you're here. I'm training to be an amateur boxer, and I'm pretty decent in my opinion. I think he is a decent high amateur. There you go. Level boxer, and bring his 20 plus million subscribers to boxing. So I see a win-win. Who is this? DJ Streams? You are right. And he is a high-level amateur. He's not a high-level professional boxer now. Here's what I want to see Jake do, man. Here's what I want to see Jakey Poo do. After he just mollywops Ben Askren, because that's what's going to happen. And the fight between him and McGregor doesn't happen, because I don't see that fight happening now. He needs to either try to fight a professional boxer. Doesn't have to be ranked in the top 10, top 20, not even 30, honestly. I mean, he could be ranked 50 and up, maybe. But a bona fide professional boxer, and see how he starts doing against those type guys. Or, hey, holler at Poirier. Holler at, what's the guy's name? Holloway? Is it Holloway, or is he too small? I know Poirier and Holloway is probably too small, but holler at Poirier. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him against Poirier in a boxing match. And have y'all seen the video on YouTube? Ryan Garcia FaceTime with Dylan Dennis. And Dylan Dennis says, okay, y'all always want us to jump in the boxing ring. Why ain't y'all boxers trying to jump in the octagon? And you know, Ryan Garcia, man, I'm starting to think something's mentally wrong with that kid. Like, seriously, mentally wrong with him. But anyway, he was like, well, we can do that. If you come to boxing and you fight me, then I'll go to the octagon. He said, I think that's Ryan Garcia saying. He says, I think that's fair. Does he mean it? I seriously doubt it. But Dylan Dennis told Ryan Garcia, bro, you're not going to knock me out in the boxing ring. It'll go all, you'll win, but you're, and Garcia was like, bro, are you serious? He said, man, I'll knock you out inside of 5 rounds. And Dylan Dennis was like, no, you won't. No, you won't. And he was like, and he's like, if you get an octagon, I'll take you to the ground and either pound you out or choke you out in the first round. He's like, see, you gave away your game plan. Now I know what you expect. What do you think Dylan Dennis is going to do? Stand up with you in the octagon? Please. He's shooting straight for your legs, or kicking you in your legs first and then shooting. And he's going to get you down. He's going to choke you out. That's what's going to happen. It happened to James Toney. James Toney went straight to the ground when he fought in the octagon UFC. I paid good money and went to the local movie theater to see that fight against him. Who did he fight? What's my man's name? God, man. Superstar in the UFC at one time. I don't remember his name. Couture. Randy Couture. And Randy Couture was old, man. But come on, man. Boxers, you can't expect to come into the octagon and knock somebody out. It's possible, but you're going to get taken to the ground. But after the fight, Tony was like, yo, come to the boxing ring. Couture was like, nope, sorry, not going to do it. Let's see who else is in here. Heavy pressure, American Bully. Yeah, no one wants to see their lose their O. Definitely. Helping boxing for sure. Trevor, I think the belts, promoters, and TV networks are ruining the sport, allowing for Jake to come in. The big fights aren't happening exactly anymore, so people are looking at Jake Paul because it's entertaining. Who is this right here? Lloyd, you are exactly right. Kudos to you. You said it in a nutshell. Skinny too. All right, Skinny. If I was in his position, the last thing I would do is get cocky because talk is cheap. And he can step in with the wrong one. He can. He hasn't yet, and he's going to be very strategic about who he fights. The more he fights, the more he's going to have to step up his competition. Because people aren't going to allow him to just keep fighting bums or mediocre MMA fighters. They're not going to do it. I mean, when you have significant time to train, they want to see you level up. And that's what's going to happen. Maybe not 50%. Gotcha. He helps on terms of showing boxing out there to YouTube. But other than that, he's doing nothing but getting too comfy and ticking off fighters. Skinny, you right. He's pissing off a lot of fighters. And that's mainly where he's getting all this hate from. He ain't getting it from me. You know what I'm saying? Get that bag, bro. There he is. What's going on, Paul? Jake Paul beats Mayweather. Adam Curry, are you serious, Adam? Tell me you ain't serious. I mean, if you are, cool. That's what you think, but nope. Jake Paul easily gets smoked by Mayweather. Yeah, I don't know if he'll get knocked out, but he'll probably get maybe stopped. I don't think Mayweather's strong enough to knock him out. Something like Conor McGregor, what he did to Conor. I feel like Jake has a better chance at beating Mayweather than Logan. Neither one of them have a good chance at beating Mayweather, but it will be more competitive because Logan can't fight. Logan can't even beat another YouTuber. He can't even beat KSI, who's not a good fighter. He has heart, he's scrappy, and you know what I'm saying? He's tough, but he can't fight. And Logan is way bigger, way taller, way stronger, and he can't beat the kid. I don't know, maybe KSI is a lot better than what I think. What makes no sense to me is when people say YouTubers are stealing opportunities from people. That makes no sense because there are undercards with pro boxers and it brings in new fans. YouTube Boxing 607007, you said a mouthful, bro. I mean, I agree with that 100%. You know, because when you got undercard fights with professional fighters who people don't even know, that's an opportunity for them. You know what I'm saying? That's an opportunity for them. Now, the only sad thing about that is they're not getting paid near as much as these YouTubers. Now, I wish they could get paid more. Definitely, because they're definitely training more than most of these. I'm gonna say 99% of the YouTubers, because the only one I think that's really training hard, even more so than his brother, is Jake Paul. Jake Paul has speed and power. Jake Paul has power. He has one-punch speed, but he doesn't have speed in combinations. He does have spark power, though. But then again, you have to still look at the level of competition that he's in there with Adam Curry. I'm not disputing what you're saying. Now, I am with, you talking about he beats Mayweather, if that's what you're saying. I don't see that. I'll dispute that all day, but he does have pop and he does have speed, but it's one-punch speed. Both Pauls lose to McYurk. They will. It's all about money. If he was only making 5 to 10K a fight, then boxing wouldn't care. Thank you. Heavy Preston, you on point, homie. It's about the bag. They're mad. They're upset. They're jealous because he's making this kind of money, but he's coming off a huge platform. These new professionals that are coming, these prospects. I understand why you're mad, but it's not his fault that he's coming off a huge platform. That's why he's making this money. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain, but I get it both ways. He'll bring more fans. It's boxing. It's boxing's job to keep them, make the fights people want to see, show these new fans how great boxing could be, and some will stay. You're right. But it's Shelton. Boxers are willing to fight Jake Paul because casuals will spend money to see it. I'll spend money to see it. I mean, if that makes me a casual, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I like excitement. I like entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And Jake's entertaining. You know, whether he's, I mean, obviously he's been winning, but it's entertaining to see him win, and it'll be just as entertaining to see him lose. You know what I'm saying? I won't be mad either way. I'll still have a certain amount of respect for the kid, but it is what it is. OMG, I am literally living in a world where I see people saying that a YouTuber is going to beat a world class boxer. Lord, please help us. Skinny, I agree, man. Nah, he's not going to beat Mayweather. He's not going to beat Mayweather. He's not going to beat anybody, I believe, ranked 20 and up in any weight class. You know, he's 210, so he'll be fighting heavyweight or possibly a cruiserweight. Um, any cruiserweight or heavyweight in the top 20, I think, will beat the brakes off Jake Paul. But some YouTubers, some people think Jake Paul is the truth, the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really think that he can go in there and mix it up with truly skilled professional boxers. And I'm not one of those people. I'm not saying that. Now, YouTubers, yeah. Some MMA fighters, yeah. But top 20 and up, nah, man. No way. All right, David. I believe it will maybe. Okay, I believe it will maybe like 40% because he's so good at selling fights. He's marketable, David. He knows how. He's got a gift of gab too. He's got a gift of gab, so it wouldn't matter who Jake Paul was fighting. He could be fighting, you know, a cart pusher at Walmart, and he'll sell that fight and still make millions. Adam Curry, Mayweather is old and has T-Rex arms. Jake Paul smokes him. Adam, no, man. No, Adam. You know, man, I've sparred with taller fighters before and bigger fighters before, heavier fighters before. Their skill set wasn't on my level, and I boxed the brakes off of them. Man, I'm 5'8". I'm short. I got T-Rex arms. I'm a short dude, man. And I fought taller fighters my whole life. I haven't been in the ring with anybody or amateur fights or whatever. And I've always fared well. Size and height only matters if that big guy has skill. And Jake Paul does not have the level of skill that Floyd Mayweather has. Floyd Mayweather done forgot more than what Jake Paul knows in the ring. Adam, I can't agree with you on that, bro. Mayweather is always in the gym. Exactly. How is the... Okay, hold on. Mayweather is always in the gym. How do you think he gets beaten by a YouTuber? I don't know what they're talking about, Skinny. Because that's his vice. Mayweather don't smoke. He don't drink, as far as I know. He's a gym rat. Mike Tyson said it best. You can say what you want to say, but he's in that gym. He's in that gym. Come on, man. How is Jake Paul the downfall to boxing? He's one of the people who is making boxing relevant. Alejandro, I don't disagree with that whatsoever, man. I don't think he's the downfall of boxing. I really don't, but a lot of people do. A lot of professional fighters do, and a lot of fighters do, period. But I don't think so, man. I think he brings entertainment, he brings revenue, and he brings new fans. It is what it is. Isaac says, Adam Curry, Jake is not beating Floyd. Stop it. I don't know if Adam's being... Jake Paul reminds me of a younger, more... Whoa, man. Adam. And people say that I take Jake Paul too seriously. Listen, Adam, hey, man, it's cool, man. I mean, you can like who you want to like. You can get behind who you want to get behind. No hate here, man. I mean, this is your opinion. And if you think Jake can do these things, then you're entitled to that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But he's not going to beat Mayweather or any fighter in his weight class in the top 20 and up. Adam Curry, my guy. Floyd has an arm span that's 4 inches more than his height. What do you mean by T-Rex arms? He's saying that he's short. That's what he's saying. He's a short guy. If 49 pro fighters can't beat Floyd, don't expect Jake to. Yeah. Jake's not beating Floyd. Like I said, I think that it will be I think that this fight will be going over. I don't think that they're going to put Floyd in a position to actually get hurt. What if Jake catches him at 210 pounds? What if he actually catches Floyd? How is he punched by a 210-pound man? If he doesn't get dropped or knocked out by that punch, Jake won't hit him again with it, because Floyd ain't the type of fighter that lets you repeatedly hit him. They own Adam tonight. Shelton says, Adam Curry, you are delusional. Hey, listen, Adam, bro, don't listen to it. It's your opinion. And if that's what you feel, that's what you feel. I respect it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Briggs knocks out Jake Paul in 3 rounds today. Let's go, champ. Shannon Briggs knocks out Jake Paul in the first minute of the first round. Have y'all seen Shannon Briggs? Shannon Briggs is big, y'all. Shannon Briggs is big. Shannon Briggs is still in the gym. Shannon Briggs is a freaking juggernaut, y'all. Jake Paul, 1 minute of the first round with Shannon Briggs. Go check out Shannon Briggs on his Instagram and watch him sparring and hitting the bag and hitting the mitts. He's scary, y'all. He is scary. I had an opportunity to FaceTime with him on Instagram also. Boy, that was a highlight right there. Jake is not beating Floyd, bottom line. Skinny, you're right. Let's see here. Jake has that. So beating Floyd than Logan does. Alejandro said beating Floyd. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way. Neither one of them have a chance of beating Floyd, but it will be more competitive, somewhat. I won't even say competitive. I would say that Jake would probably last longer than Logan, because Logan can't fight, man. He just can't fight. If Jake loses, what do you think would happen with future fights, Floyd exhibition, Dylan Dennis, and his career? First of all, if he loses to Ben Askren, the fight with Floyd is not going to happen. Dylan Dennis more willing to fight Jake Paul should he lose to Ben Askren, because I think I don't know why you would be afraid to make money. I would get in a ring with Jake Paul right now. Give me $500,000. When do I get there? What weight do y'all want me at? I'm fighting. And that's all I want. If I can get more than that, cool. But hey, I'm take home. I'm in for it. Mayweather is way too past his prime, man. Adam Curry is on this, man. Adam, I like you, bro. You sticking with your guns, man. I like you, Adam, and I hope you on every one of my lives from now on, because you creating a lot of drama and controversy right now, man, for your boy Jake. Listen, man, this was fun, man. I wanted to get on here and talk about this, man, for the 37 that got on, the 31 likes. Much appreciated, man. I really appreciate it. And Jake Paul too seriously. I just think he's an entertaining guy, and he is a man who is developing skills each time he gets in the ring. Okay, he's full of drama, full of life, a little bit too disrespectful at times, in my opinion, a little bit. But for the most part, he's improving, man, and he's exciting. So I can understand why you're mad, but really, is it his fault? Never mind my opinion. Y'all continue to comment down below and let your boy Real Talk know. Thank you guys for showing up. Respect all. Fear none. God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk. Bye. Here, baby. Jakey Poo. Jakey Poo.